Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a pretty incredible idea, and it's backed by some serious science. The idea that our core beliefs can actually physically change our health and how well we perform. So let's just jump right in with the big question, right? Is it really possible for our thoughts, just our beliefs alone, to alter how our body works on a biological level? It sounds like science fiction, but you're about to see it's very real.
To get to the bottom of that, we first have to understand the mechanism behind this powerful mind-body connection. And what scientists call this mechanism is a mindset.
You can think of your mindset as the default setting, or maybe like the background programming running on your computer. It's what quietly guides how your body gets ready to respond to everything in the world, and most of the time, you don't even know it's happening.
Okay, so mindset. We hear that word thrown around all the time, but what is it really? Let's break down the scientific definition, because it's absolutely key to all of this.
At its core, it's basically a mental shortcut. When you're faced with something complex, like food or exercise or stress, your mindset is that one simple core assumption you hold that ends up shaping everything that comes next. And this is just a perfect example. Let's take stress. Do you believe it's this toxic, harmful thing to be avoided at all costs? Or do you see it as a natural part of life that can actually help you grow? That single core belief changes your entire approach, and as we're about to see, it even changes how your body physically experiences it.
All right, now for the really cool part, the scientific proof. These studies are fascinating because they show that our mindsets don't just hang out in our thoughts. They have real, measurable, physical effects on our biology.
So, a group of researchers asked this exact question. They wanted to know if the label we put on a food could actually change how our body digests it, even if the food itself was exactly the same.
So picture this. They had people come into a lab on 2 different days. One time, they gave them a milkshake labeled indulgence. Super high-calorie, decadent. The other time, they gave them one called a sensus shake, low-cal, low-fat, the sensible choice. The labels were the only thing that was different.
But, and here's the big reveal, it was the exact same 300-calorie shake both times. The nutritional content never changed. So what on earth happened inside their bodies?
Well, the results were just wild. The researchers were measuring ghrelin. That's the hunger hormone that basically signals to your brain when you're full. And for the people who believed they were drinking the indulgent shake, their ghrelin levels dropped 3 times more steeply. Their mindset literally sent a physical signal to their body that they were more full and satisfied. Incredible.
And this powerful mind-body connection, it's not just a weird one-off thing with food. It also totally applies to how we think about physical activity and the benefits we expect to get from it.
So check this out. In another study, researchers found a group of hotel housekeepers. Now, these people were obviously getting a ton of physical activity every single day, right? But when they asked them, a full third of them said they got 0 exercise. They just didn't have the mindset that what they were doing counted as exercise. So here's the key part of the experiment. The researchers took half of those housekeepers and simply told them that their daily work was actually fantastic exercise, and that it met all the doctor-recommended guidelines for a healthy lifestyle. Nothing else changed. Not their work, not their diet, just their belief.
And the results? They were honestly remarkable. After only 4 weeks, the group that was told their work was good exercise saw their blood pressure drop significantly. They also lost weight and body fat, all because of a simple shift in mindset. Think about that. So, this all brings us to one of the biggest challenges we all face, stress. Can we use this same principle to totally change our relationship with it? We're constantly bombarded with this message that stress is toxic, it's terrible, avoid it at all costs. But the scientific reality, it's much more complex than that. It's not just good or bad, it's a paradox, and our mindset is what can tip the scales.
In fact, your body's stress response wasn't designed to be a threat. It was designed to be a resource. It's there to sharpen your focus, speed up how you process information, and it can even release hormones that help your body repair itself and grow stronger. It's basically a built-in performance enhancement system. And there's evidence to back this up. In one study with employees during a really high-stress time, the ones who were shown short videos about the enhancing effects of stress actually reported better health, fewer backaches, less insomnia, and they were more productive than the group that didn't see the videos. Okay, so this brings us to the most important question of all. How can you consciously shift your own mindset to use your stress instead of just trying to get rid of it? All right, the very first step is to completely reframe what that feeling of stress even is. It's not a sign that you're weak or that you're failing. Stress is a direct biological signal that you are engaged with something that is deeply meaningful to you. You don't stress about things you don't care about.
So instead of trying to fight stress, we're going to work with it. And it's a simple 3-step process. First, just acknowledge it. See the stress and name it. Second, welcome it. Remind yourself it's there because you care. And third, utilize it. Consciously use the energy and focus it's giving you to meet that challenge head-on.
Look, the science on this is clear. Our mindsets about food, about exercise, about stress, they aren't just thoughts. They are biological instructions that physically shape our reality. So, the only question left is the one for you. Knowing this, what core belief will you choose to change first?